Hello, I'm Luke Hatfield. You join myself and Shrewsbury Town correspondent Lewis Cox. We're here at the Meadow, Shrewsbury Town, drawing with Accrington Stanley, 2-2.
Yep.
Doesn't tell the whole story. Let's start with the fact that the best part of today, there were fans in the ground.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Up to it wasn't quite 2,000 from what I understand. It was maybe a few hundred below, but it was they're in this main stand with us in safe standing and in the west stand obviously, and it was so good. It's sad because we've fortunate to go to all of the games, become accustomed to it being empty, and it almost felt surreal that fans were here, to be honest. It was a strange experience. I suppose when the match was going, it feels normal again to an extent, although it's obviously not full, people are dotted around and that. But the fans soon got into it, didn't it? The game started a bit scrappy, I thought, and Steve Cottrell's sort of gone along with that, saying Town were tentative and edgy in the first half, and obviously Accrington scored the first goal, which didn't go with the script per se, but Town importantly got back on terms straight away. And Shrewsbury were really good in the second half, which they gave the fans a lot to cheer about second half, a lot to get excited about, and it almost looked like a brilliant script, brilliant story for Sean Wally with his 86-minute free kick, which was a peach. Really great goal. He had a good game, looked like the winner, but for the fourth time in the league this season, Town killed in added time. But yeah, in terms of the, well, not killed it, sorry, that's overdoing it, but Town's stung in added time to lose points. But in terms of the fans, brilliant step forward. Can't wait for them to keep coming to games, and I think it will have it has an effect on the players, unquestionably.
Yeah, there are little moments, aren't there, in games? I think we both kind of picked out a moment where the referee had given a couple of decisions to the visitors. One eventually goes Town's way, and we're all you kind of grow accustomed to the fans being there because it's so it's normal, but not this year. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, both of us kind of had a little heartwarming moment when there were ironic cheers. A decision goes Town's way, and you stop and you think, 1 minute, I've missed that.
Missed the ironic cheers. Yeah. the ironic cheers. I wonder if referees have missed it. I don't know, to be honest. And the thing is, unless it's been a game where it is crazily biased to one side, I always think ironic cheers are never actually worthwhile.
So they're not warranted.
They're so exaggerated by the home crowd usually. I didn't notice the referee particularly poor tonight, to be honest, but yeah, it was great to hear it, and it was surreal but brilliant to see the fans in here. Really boosted the team, I thought, and will really be needed. 2,000 of them, hopefully they can get start to get 2,000 here and really sort of play their part in helping, along with Steve Cottrell obviously, who's leading the charge at the moment, trying to lead the team up the table, because as we know, I'm not sure off the top of my head actually how many league games this is now, but
14, 15?
Is it? Yeah, around there. Yeah, I think you're right. But we're in, what are we in? Early December, and it has been, certainly from the league campaign, a pretty awful start. We know what's gone before it with the manager that was sacked, and there's a lot of optimism now around this appointment, a very good appointment, and I think he's gonna get them out of trouble, but he's got a big job on, and some could say that's been proved tonight because they've been hit again late on, but I would say, and the managers said, and I think a lot of fans would say, that there was enough there. It was a much improved performance, one of the better performances, if not the best performance they've put in the league this season, really. Because Accrington are good, they're no mugs, they hadn't conceded in 5, they're top half, pushing around the playoff positions, they're a good side for a small club. And Town really outplayed in the second half. We're well worthy of that late goal and the 2-1 win. It's just a shame. And I suppose another individual error from Aaron Pierre that's cost it, hasn't it, given away a penalty in the 95th minute.
That's it. I mean, it was a real game of set pieces when you think about it. I mean, Accrington went ahead, and we'll talk about the first half. When they went ahead, Matthias Sarkic is going to get maybe a little bit of criticism for it. I think it's harsh because they set up the wall, and the wall just does not do its job, Lewis.
No, I haven't seen it back yet. And my immediate reaction was the keeper, to be honest, because He goes into the near post, the keeper sort of.
But he gets a hand to him.
Yeah, gets onto the post, and there's a bit of an untidy scramble, isn't it? And it doesn't look the best. But you're right, it wasn't the best struck free kick you've ever seen. It didn't fly over the wall into the top corner.
He goes right through the middle of it.
Yeah. I'd have to say it again, but yeah, your reaction straight away was that it goes through the wall, the really poorly constructed wall. I mean, we heard Steve Cottrell trying to organise the wall before it was taken. It was right on the edge of the box to the left, but the wall did not do its job, did it? And probably made the keeper's job harder than. Obviously the keeper's set on the other side to where he puts his wall, isn't he? So he's got to scramble across. He'd probably think he should do better, but the wall has to do better, like you said. I'd be interested to see it back. But yeah, Town got straight back on it, didn't they?
Yeah, and I mean, no question marks about the delivery of that free kick.
Yeah,
I mean, we know Charlie Daniels has quality.
Yeah.
It was on show there. I mean, Aaron Pierre nods it home. He doesn't have a lot to do, Aaron Pierre, because it is set up on a plate.
But yeah, that's what I mean. I thought Charlie Daniels had a good game tonight, actually.
Yeah.
He really got up and down, supported the attack well.
Both wing backs, actually.
Yeah, very much so. I think possibly Charlie Daniels' best game so far, actually, for the club. We know about his set piece quality, that is undoubted. Obviously, we've seen over many years, and that delivery for Pierre's goal was so inviting. It was on a plate, like you said, begging for a touch. And Pierre, third of the season, I think, for the centre half, which is good going. But yeah, Daniels very good. Matt Miller on the other flank, the right wing back. What a player he looks. What a find from Sam Ricketts, to be fair. That is a top load, from the other side of the globe. This lad has never played English football or anything. That is a serious pickup, and Town will hope to make his loan permanent if they can. That they need to be getting on that ASAP. Where are we? Yeah, 1-1
and then Sean Worley's free kick.
Yeah, I think when we got into half time 1-1, it was probably about right. It was scrappy, wasn't it? The game certainly improved after the break. Town certainly improved after the break. It wasn't one-way traffic. I mean,
they were asking more questions in Accrington.
I wrote on Twitter and in my report, I think that it felt on a knife edge that either could win it, but Town were asking more of the questions. Accrington weren't out of it. They were breaking and creating moments themselves, but Town with cross, getting in good positions down the flanks with low balls in, lofted balls in. There was one off the line, when Matt Miller had one off the line.
I mean, arguably they should have had a one-on-one as well with Sean Worley playing.
Yeah.
Which the lino flags for it. I mean, pictures back, it looks like he's a mile onside.
Yeah, there's that. I think just before Worley's free kick, he had to go from distance that was carried away. Really encouraging actually. They created some decent chances. Really sort of tested and stretched an Accrington defence that hadn't conceded in 5. Really drilled and resilient visiting defence, and a moment of magic from Worley in the 86th minute with that free kick. Just 25 yards, maybe a bit closer.
I didn't expect it from him.
To the left. No, he's not. He's probably not scored too many direct free kicks for Town in his 202 games. Such a great milestone for him last week, and brilliant for him to be able to share it with the fans tonight ahead of kick-off. PA announcer Ryan Jervis announced that, and it was a lovely moment. And for him to score that goal late on, you're thinking first league win at home. This is lift off. This is the way to kickstart the season. First league game under the new manager. Brilliant goal to win it. It all felt sort of scripted, didn't it? And
then a spanner in the works.
Yeah, spanner in the works. Yeah. Accrington went off script again. And it just wasn't meant to be. And I think you said probably before we went on air that it's maybe the story of Town's season so far, which I suppose to an extent
maybe defensive lapses mixed with throwing away a lead.
And there's a lot of positivity from tonight. They're playing one of their best performances of the season and deserve to win, I think, and a lot to be encouraged on and built on, considering that's the first league game under the new manager. But they'll also be aware, and we interviewed Sean Worley just there, and he is as down as you can be, after having what he thought was a winner and then obviously taken away. They'll know that they can't afford to do that many more times, really. They'll know the way results are going, the way the table looks. Obviously I think the gap's 4 points to safety, and that's not a lot, is it? 4 points. But
not this point.
No, but they've only won one game, so they need to win more than one game to get out of it. tonight's evidence, they will win games. So I'm encouraged by that, I'm positive by that. There are a lot of plus points, I think. There are a lot of plus points. Let's say this hectic period, the manager's said we need to get through this December schedule, get to January, see what we can do with the squad, get to the end of January, and then we know what we are, where we are, and really attack survival and climbing up the table then. But get as many points and wins on the table as we can now, which ain't going to be easy, by the way. You look at the fixture list.
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say, it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah,
Charlton next.
Charlton, Hull, this is in the league. Charlton, Hull, Lincoln, Doncaster before Christmas. They're four of the top sides in this league. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. But if they can give something of that second half performance in those games, they'll have a chance. I'm pretty confident of that. So yeah, it might be a bit bleak when fans think, last minute denying a win. They need to win it. They need to get that monkey off their back badly, don't they? And that's, I think, tonight would have been significant in that regard. But no, they'll take encouragement from performance, I think, and confidence that they can take it forward and get out of the perilous position, I would say.
Yeah, so plenty more positives than negatives tonight for Steve, Cockerell, Shrewsbury Town. You know where to go for all the post-match reaction. Shropshire Star.com.